The world witnessed a murder.
So how do we feel? We felt the weight of our ancestors.
The events in Minneapolis woke people up.
I think that really caused everyone to just kind of, gasp and say, wow, we've got to do something about this.
Thousands of Coloradans took to the streets in Denver in solidarity with racial justice demonstrators all over the country.
And our goal was to identify how we can improve not just policing in Denver, but how we can improve public safety as a whole.
Cries for change and demands for police accountability swept the nation.
We should reserve our jails for the people who create a risk to people in the community.
And 1 year later, they're gaining ground, but activists worry.
I hope that folks don't see this verdict as an opportunity to be complacent or to assume that things are now done.
Now, we're reflecting on the most significant criminal justice reform initiatives here in Colorado, 1 year after the murder of George Floyd. Thanks so much for joining us for this Denver 7 in-depth report. I'm Jason Grenauer. The horrifying images of George Floyd's murder in broad daylight sparked an unprecedented nationwide movement for police and criminal justice reform, and it's already had lasting consequences here in Colorado. Colorado's sweeping police reform law that passed last year made incredible changes to our justice system. The Enhanced Law Enforcement Integrity Act made serious changes to policing. The most important was the repeal of qualified immunity. That's the doctrine that protects police officers and government officials from civil lawsuits. Body camera footage from incidents must be released within 2 weeks and requires all local police to have body cameras. Additionally, the state's Department of Public Safety needs to submit annual reports on the use of force, traffic stops, and unannounced entries. Another major change requires the Division of Criminal Justice to keep a statewide database on police misconduct that's easy to search. State lawmakers are also hoping to change the sort of offenses police can arrest someone for. Senate Bill 62 would prevent police from arresting someone who commits a low-level crime. That includes traffic offenses, petty offenses, and misdemeanors, among other things. Instead of an arrest, police would issue court summons. There are some exceptions for arrests, like if someone can't verify their identity or if they're considered a threat to the community. Now, the bill would also restrict the types of bonds that courts can offer to those defendants. It would replace cash bonds with personal recognizance bonds. Advocates say more people would be released from jail while awaiting their trial under these provisions. Exceptions would include someone's flight or safety risk. But it's not just up to officials to step up. As Denver 7's Ivan Rodriguez explains, the onus is on all of us.
A look back at last year shows a country coming face to face with issues of policing, equity, and justice. People marched on city streets to show that change was needed to fix many problems that had been embedded in the community for decades.
Dr. King said that a lot of people were asking, when will we be satisfied? When will we be satisfied? This was back in 1963.
Dr. Vern L. Howard knows the struggle and sees it from a historical lens.
It was still a representation of someone wonderful and great.
In fact, he helped build the Martin Luther King statue in City Park.
We're still seeing some of the exact same issues today that we saw then.
But just talking about the issues isn't enough. Civil rights activist Alberta Simmons agrees.
You've got to put actions behind your words.
Simmons says although police reform bills at the national level are still being discussed, it comes down to what's inside each officer's heart.
We got to ask the question, are we serious about change? And change comes from within. It doesn't come from the top. It doesn't come from the bottom. It comes from within. And they've got to be willing to change, the police themselves.
Denver Police Chief Paul Pazin has been at the forefront of that change, especially since walking arm in arm with protesters last year.
We are committed to improving, and what I saw in Minneapolis, what I've seen across the country too many times is unacceptable. And we have to work together, arm in arm, to prevent those tragedies from happening in our community.
Chief Pazin says because of their policies, what happened in Minneapolis to George Floyd would not have occurred in Denver. Still, he says changes have been made in the department's policies, training, accountability, and culture.
Some of the very first changes that we made post George Floyd killing is strengthening that use of force policy. So we made some additions to it to strictly prohibit all chokeholds. There was one exception. If it was a deadly force encounter, then it was allowed. We didn't want any ambiguity in this.
Moving forward, a lot of the work related to change has to be done together.
Chief, you've got to be more transparent. You've got to come out here and be a part of the change. Help us help you mend the fences.
We recognize that our only path forward is with working with our community.
The Denver Police Department also faced intense scrutiny for how it responded to protests and demonstrations last summer. We saw police shoot tear gas canisters and use excessive force in some instances. One person is suing the Denver Police Department after he was shot in the eye with a tear gas canister. The injury made him legally blind. Since then, the Office of the Independent Investigator made over 30 recommendations to DPD. A DPD task force also looked at ways to change policing. Some suggestions include removing police from traffic stops and creating a centralized mental health facility. It also recommends an autonomous, community-led, non-law enforcement institution to fund community-based public safety programming. Now, one big criticism from activists is how police are responsible for handling nonviolent crimes in addition to violent ones, with roughly 90% of calls being nonviolent. They've pushed for social workers to take their place when responding to mental health calls. Colorado also updated an unusual law that allowed criminals to be charged with murder even if they weren't directly involved in the victim's killing. Governor Jared Polis signed legislation into law earlier this year to change the state's felony murder statute. It used to be that someone could be charged with a felony murder if they were involved in a violent crime. Those are burglary, robbery, arson, kidnapping, escape, and sexual assault. If convicted of felony murder, the person in question had to be sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. The new legislation changed that. Sentences are now 16 to 48 years in prison for those crimes if convicted. Denver Mayor Michael Hancock and Police Chief Paul Pazin are working on another community initiative. Their focus is on reducing violent crime while improving community relations. Now, they've pinpointed some hot spots in the Mile High City: South Federal and West Alameda, Colfax and Broadway, Colfax and Yosemite, 47th and Peoria, and MLK and Holly. Denver 7's CB Cotton spoke with community leaders near those hotspots who told her they're hoping for more support.
He just graduated, earning his master's degree.
These are more than just photos.
Wesley Osbury has his master's degree from Harvard University.
For Narcy Jackson, they're the purpose behind his life's work.
We really push, don't be just a student athlete, be a scholar athlete.
Jackson has been mentoring to Denver youth through the nonprofit he co-founded, Athletics and Beyond, since 2005.
PJ Gallegos is in the Navy.
The nonprofit is known for its work in historically under-resourced areas, such as the Montbello neighborhood, a neighborhood that's home to a street address with increased crime over the past year. That's according to Denver leaders.
Together, as the mayor indicated, we can address these.
So on Monday, Mayor Michael Hancock, alongside Police Chief Paul Pazin, announced the formation of the Transformation and Policy Division, a strategy to address violent crime and police reform.
It is critical that we point out that these are proven strategies to focus on crime while fully developing the support of our residents in order to have residents and business owners take a more collaborative approach, a more supportive approach to their own safety.
Some details of what the new division will do, vague. Others, more concrete. Denver police say one of the solutions could look like more patrols in areas like this one, 47th and Peoria, identified as one of the hot spots for violence. But community organizers say they're already doing the work. They just need more support.
The community can make the difference in what we need. If the community can step up and say, hey, we're going to make sure that this program or these programs or this center that's been put up, it survives.
Jackson says he and other nonprofits have struggled with funding for years. It's why it took over a decade to make their new facility a reality.
That's going to be wrestling methods.
Something that graduates of the nonprofit saw firsthand.
If we could be able to fund more nonprofit organizations and resources, for example, Narcy's organization and many others, we will be able to put ourselves in a better position to see less crime, less acts of violence, and more self-love in our communities.
The loopholes and the disqualifications that exist, it really discourages grassroots organizations from applying in the first place.
In a series of emails, the mayor's office told Denver 7 that funding decisions for the city's new multi-agency division haven't yet been made, but called community support foundational for improvements.
In reality, all it really is a community with lack of resources that needs more funding, and it needs more money in people's pockets for them to grow.
Empower us to do the work that you say you want done to minimize and reduce violence or prevent violence from happening in the first place.
In Montbello, I'm CB Cotton, Denver 7.